Well, hello everybody, I'm Dirk, Allman, and this is part of my old vintage Halloween display from way back when, from things from more than 100 years ago all the way up to the baby boom era, from Edwardian times to modern mid-century. Here's an example right here. This is sheet music from 1952, Punky Pumpkin by Cy Coben. Punky Pumpkin's a happy pumpkin, and do you know why? Because he's a jack-o'-lantern instead of being a pumpkin pie. And there's the original 78 RPM record sleeve rather. And here's some old treat bags from back in the 1960s, maybe even 70s, that a lot of boomer kids remembered getting candy corn and pennies and all kind of stuff in. Oh, and little old party hats from way back when. Oh, gracious. And, oh, there's something there from way back in the 30s, the Halloween fortune wheel put out by the Beastal Company. It was a little numbers game for boys and girls trying to figure out who they would marry. Halloween used to have some romantic overtones to it. And there's a Beastal skeleton and the Beastal jack-o'-lantern wearing a derby. And there's an old postcard from back in the 1920s saying Halloween greetings. And over here is a Halloween invitation from 1931 from Charlotte, North Carolina. They were going to have a party on October 30th, way back during the Great Depression year of 1931. And then over here, from back around 1908, automobiles were pretty new, and here's a jack-o'-lantern with jack-o'-lanterns for headlights saying you ought to have a happy Halloween. And over here is a little postcard that came out of my late great uncle's house, a little cat playing a violin on Halloween night with the bats in the air and the mice dancing around. Isn't that something? And something from you boomers, you might remember Barnabas Collins, the cool ghoul on Dark Shadows. He was the anti-hero on that show. Then from around 1900, there's some young boys and girls bobbing for apples. And little, what you call tally cards or place cards you used to find on Halloween tables back then. You know, so you know where to sit. And there's an old Baby Ruth wrapper from the 1940s. And there's a nice jack-o'-lantern, I think, from back in the 1950s. People would, you know, tape on the window. And then over here, this is an ad from the 1920s McCall's Women's Magazine. The Spirit of Halloween for Mazola salad and cooking oil, along with some postcards from the 1920s that were Halloween. They used to call them penny postcards because it was a penny to buy them and a penny postage stamp to mail them to somebody. And this wonderful ad from 1920, I just want to read part of it here. The spirit of Halloween, when elves and kelpies play their pranks, and all good little spirits of field and wood and laughing brooks romp into the hearts of children and the grown-up children who are men and women. And it's all Halloween, jolly, happy, packed with fun and merriment. Of course, we'll have a big jug of cider and autumn nuts, but we don't want to forget the bowl of crisp brown donuts and the delicious layer cake made with Mazola, the great American salad and cooking oil. And then it goes on to say, and how the children will enjoy an old-fashioned taffy pull with K-Rose syrup. Make this Halloween the best Halloween you ever spent, with good cheer and good things to eat, and the dear fragrant memories of our own boyhood or girlhood warm the glad life in the hearts of children. So have a happy Halloween time.